Yo, what is good, OLS people? It's Big Noonie on the track. Let me make sure the stream is looking good before I do anything. But we got a we got a game on our hands right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a series locked and loaded. Bro, what is this sound? It'll be good to test it, I guess. All right, let me see. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, you can. But you can't hear in game. Hold up. Yeah, but I just need to real quick make sure that my audio is actually getting picked up. I had to troubleshoot this last time as well. There we go. I think that might have worked. There we go. I think that might have worked. There we go. I think that might have worked. There we go. I think that might have worked. Bro, what is the echo? Bro, what is the echo? Bro, what is the echo? Oh, it's because I got the stream open, bruh. I was trying to figure out how my stream open, bruh. I was trying to figure out how my open, bruh. I was trying to figure out how my open, bruh. All right. I'll be right back. All right. Audio problem fixed. We're locked. We're loaded. I just have to reset my client because it's broken. Playing this horrible sound. But we got a hell of a game. Uh, should be a fun series tonight between the two of the three, maybe actually the two lowest ranked teams on the. Let me pull up the standings. Two of the lowest ranked teams around. So it's Nigel's team versus Bargov's team. There's both these teams have been struggling quite a bit. Nightshine's team at least won a single game. Nigel's is still looking to secure their first dub on the Summoner's Rift. We'll see if they can manage to do it. Yes, I am casting you guys. I've stepped up to the plate. I am Batman, but richer and cooler. Stand by. Here we go. Now this This is the real draft, ladies and gentlemen. Not the real score, but the real draft. We got the super spreaders on one side. We got TSF, the Sinister 5 on the other. We got Chansey saying, bro, in all chat. It's bound to be a hell of a game. Um, Now, these teams are constructed relatively similarly, um, in the sense that they have drafted one Masters player. There is Chansey on the team of the Super Spreaders, and then normally it's KTNO on the team of TSF, but this time they actually have subbed him out for Battle on Spirit, Ethan, um, who typically is a mid laner for his own team. And his team is kind of dropping dick. I mean, I think they've lost like one series, maybe, if I remember right. Check the schedule. Yeah, so Ethan's team they're 2-2 right now. But they're a very good 2-2. This team is legitimate, so we'll see. Maybe a little bit of juice is what's needed, you know. Almost done, chat. Just chill is what Chansey says. He's probably playing Hearthstone or some shit. In the year 2025 of our Lord, this guy is actually playing, I don't know, bro. Dota Auto Chess. He's probably in a Marvel Rivals game. That's actually what's happening, I think. Yeah, he's mute deafened, so I don't know. He's playing chess for all I fucking know. But yeah, I mean, these two teams, they're constructed relatively similarly, where they're supposed to have one man who is the man, and then one other guy who's around, you know, Diamond Emerald level, uh, and then three backup dancers, essentially. And that strategy does not seem to have worked out for either team so far. But, you know, it's OLS. At the end of the day, anything can happen. It's anybody's game. All it takes is a little bit of clever drafting, a little bit of tomfoolery, perhaps, and you're in. Now, it is important to note that according to the power ranking, or to the schedule, right, is that if Nightshine's team, if TSF wins today, they can essentially control their own destiny no matter what. Um, if they win today and then they win one game next week, it is depending on how badly they lose to Nigel or how badly they beat Nigel. Uh, they're in playoffs regardless of the final game of the season, which should be Nigel versus Charles, my team. If Nightshine loses today, then it comes down to Nigel versus Charles next week to try to determine who is going to get the final playoff spot. At that point, I don't think it matters. Maybe if TSF wins one game, they can like 2-0 next week, and then they have a tiebreaker between like if they win one game and then they 2-0 next week, and my team or Nigel's team gets like a game off of if Nigel ends up being 1-8 next week, then there's a world I think where Nightshine can maybe tie. But if a 1-8 team wins the game next week and TSF doesn't win at all, I think we just beat them. Did I get another spectate link or? Livy just convinced Baby Gronk to commit to LSU, according to this postgame. Display name says I'm Asian and I hang the fuck up on my mom's skill issue. Oh, he's locked in a mom. He's actually been Mordekaiser ulted by his mom. That is not a good look for his team, man. Jatax is speaking in Russian. Livy just convinced Baby Gronk to commit to LSU. Baby Gronk is the #1 college football prospect in the country. He averages 300 yards and 5 touchdowns a game. On his visit to LSU, Livy Writ Puta Madre. Uh, 300 yards and 5 touchdowns a game is kind of insane, actually. That's like Derrick Henry numbers. I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry, he went to high school in Tennessee. Derrick Henry, he's like this mammoth of a man. He's like he would have been a grown man on the football field among like children. And I forget what his high school stats were. I'm about to put out a John Wall or D Rose rookie season highlight reel while we wait. Uh, yeah, in his high school career, he recorded 1,400 carries for 12,000 yards. So he was putting up like 3,000. He putting up 8.7 yards per attempt. He set the Florida. Oh no, he went to high school in Florida, I guess. He set the Florida high school single game record with a 510-yard performance. I would have shot myself if I was the guy who was tasked with tackling Derrick Henry, dropping 510 yards on my team, man. I don't know what you would even do. But I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, dude. Speaking of Derrick Henry-esque players, we'll see if Battleland Spirit, Ethan, or Chansey, it, I don't even know really how to pronounce what his name is on here, um, are able to put up a Derrick Henry-esque performance. Um, it's we're not, who really knows, to be honest. I mean, I've seen Chansey play, many an OLS split, and sometimes this guy's just gotta sort of get flamed out a little bit. I mean, he can tend to be a bit unpredictable in the top lane, I'd say. Oh, dude, did nobody ping announcements, bro? Yeah, I was looking trying to figure out how there's like legit 0 people. OLS is dead? Question mark. Oh no, there's 3 now. We're good. I gotta change the name. Uh, there we go. The name has been updated. But yeah, I mean, it's we'll have to see. Oh, okay, they're drafted already. My bad. I didn't think they had drafted already. So, Super Spreaders, they ban away Karma, Vex, Mel. Those are targeted towards Ethan. Karma is targeted towards Geotaxis, but Vex, Mel are targeted towards Ethan. They're subs for KT now, also known as Shadow, I believe now. I just know him as KT now. And then on TSF side, they ban away, Chansey's Vlad, Chansey's Fiora, Chansey's Darius. So he's starting to. I imagine he's getting a bit heated in the top lane. Um, and then Super Spreader's first pick, Victor. A nice pick to take away from Ethan because he has dropped dick off on Victor before. Um, TSF followed up with Pantheon and Ezreal. Um, and then they kick it back to Super Spreaders who take Cassante Lucian. And then TSF rounds out their comp with Aurora. So We're currently in the second round of bans. They banned out TSF has banned out Rengar and Nami. I believe those are targeted. I mean, the Rengar is definitely targeted towards Nigel. Nami is just the classic, Lucian Nami pairing. And the Super Spreaders have banned out Sona, which I believe is another one of Jataxis's um, more frequently played champions. And we'll see what they take out with the last ban. It's going to be a Seraphine, so they're just targeting enchanters. Um, I mean, enchanters are not really the primary Ezreal pairing, I'd say. Usually you kind of just want someone who roams around. I mean, enchanters aren't bad with him by any means, but I don't think that's the main thing. It's not like they picked Twitch. Uh, and I mean, to be honest with you, Pantheon could easily be the support as well. We'll see. They counterpick Cassante with Gnar. I'm pretty sure that is a absolutely horrific matchup for Cassante. I'm no expert, but maybe it's not. Yeah, so Narwin's at 53%. And they lock in Wukong. And they round out the comp with Braum. Braum is an excellent pairing with Lucian. And Wukong is, I think this champ is just broken. I'm not gonna lie to you. He does so much damage. He has infinite life. He has like 30 trillion armor from his passive. Maybe they are. No, I mean they sort of have to put a jungle because you can't play Cassante anywhere other than top. So I think that's sort of locked down. But not just Wukong, it can be pretty lethal on occasion. I've seen it work. And they picked Senna last pick. That's another one of Jataxis's champs that he does play relatively frequently. So, I mean, Senna Ezreal versus Lucian Braum. I'm obviously gonna give the edge to Lucian Braum. Um, but before level 6, that's actually not that good for Lucian. Lucian's not really that strong like level 1 and 2 anymore, in my opinion. I think he's mostly a little bit stronger once you get your ultimate in particular. But into double ranged, Lucian Braum it can definitely be a bit rough, I think. Until you hit level 6, and then everything goes out the window, and you just press R on Braum, and they get sent to this, orbit. In the mid lane, Victor Aurora, I actually have no clue who was supposed to win that matchup. I'm gonna Google it right now. My gut says Aurora does, but I bet it's a 50-50. Also, they counterpicked it, so it's probably a good indicator that it is indeed a good matchup. I'm checking right now. Aurora wins at 51%, so that's pretty much a skill matchup. It's the middle of the pack. So we got a skill matchup in the mid lane. I think I've seen Ethan practice the Aurora some, and I mean in like Emerald 4 he's doing good most of the time. So I mean, who really knows how good it'll be this game? But I know he's been playing in it, and I've seen him do some horrific things on that champion in a good way. So in the jungle, we've got a Pantheon versus Wukong. I'm gonna give the edge to Wukong there probably in terms of the matchup. Pantheon, I don't know. I mean, Pantheon's good. I could sort of see him. Maybe it's a bit even. The thing about Wukong though is that he actually, you don't necessarily have to get ahead on him. He can just kind of pop up and gank this bot lane. I mean, Ezreal can get away, but the Senna can't. And the Wukong, I mean, if you hit somebody with a Braum Q, right, the Wukong is just go in and double tap them instant, and they're pretty much, I mean, you gotta get one more auto in, right, but then they're stunned. Yeah, in the top lane, I think Gnar is supposed to just curb stomp Cassante, but I don't know. I mean, it is the Cassante champion, right? So if anything is gonna win into a ranged champ, it's probably Cassante. Real question is if he's gonna take Revitalize Second Wind, or if he's gonna take like 3 extra MR and AD, or MR and armor when he gets stunned. Who really knows? I've seen it happen in LLS, folks. So we are currently in Champion Select right now, which means we are a couple minutes off of the 3-minute delay. Um, if I had to decide who I think will win this based off the draft, I'm gonna say I think it's a slight edge to the super spreaders, but not by much, just a little bit. A slight edge. But I could see it going either way. Um, if Ezreal gets going, I could see the super spreaders having a bit of a tough time getting onto him and keeping him down. You know, Gnar is kind of a game-breaking champion when it comes to the late game, and Gnar Aurora is a very big AoE combo. So who knows, man? I don't know. I mean, last night I witnessed a team that consisted of 4 melee champions and no ADC win against like an actual comp. So it kind of, it'd be like that sometimes. They're taking the longest that they possibly can uh, in Champion Select. And the 3-minute delay is starting in 1 minute. So it's a 4-minute delay for all you guys who are not great at math. Now I do have some advanced information I will wait for 38 seconds to release, lest one of the TSF are in the stream right now. I don't want to spoil any strats, but we actually have a bit of a role swap here. And I don't know how to feel about it. Going into the series, I had seen Sky Blue Dragon playing ADC in his games. I think he sort of just said, "Let me take the reins a little bit. I'm playing support, but I can't carry from support, Um, and so I had thought that maybe he was going to be playing ADC this series, but it finds out that it actually is going to be Chansey playing Lucian. Um, I've never seen this guy play ADC before. And maybe he's been practicing, maybe he's got some tech. But in my experience, when players who are not ADC players move to ADC, uh, they have, oh, this guy is a clown. This guy was crying because I was hard hovering Akshan in this guy's game, and he picked Acel, and then after the game, because we ended up losing this game, and he was like, "How dare you go on to u.gg and click the most, the biggest counter for Akshan or for Acel in the entire game? How dare you do that?" And then I went and looked it up, and he's not even the #1 counter, bro. It's Vel'Koz. So this guy is mad over nothing, bro. I'm playing against Richard Sherman in the mid lane. It's actually insane. But yeah, so I mean, most of the time when I see people who are not used to playing ADC swap to ADC, they vastly overestimate how much they are allowed to play the game, to put it lightly. Like, dude, you play ADC, you're playing Dead by Daylight, bro. You're not playing Camille top. Camille top, you can take trades like left and right. If you ever have any, like, nobody will just smear you across the concrete unless you severely screw up. If you play ADC, you get hit with like one stun, you're gone. Like 30-minute death or 30-second death timer instantly. And I think that like other people who don't play ADC have a hard time adjusting to that. But on the other side of that, Lucian, I mean, it's Lucian Braum, right? So if anybody's gonna be a a pairing that is gonna be able to sort of play in your face, play like a top laner, it's a Lucian Braum. Certainly is an interesting thing that they've done though. We are getting into the game. I have to change the names. I currently have a, okay, I don't have a black screen anymore. I don't remember which team is on which side. So I'm just gonna 50-50. Actually, no. Dude, I'll hedge my bets. This is a smart play. Because now, I just have to change one of them. Instead of having to guess which one it is. Yeah. A smart dude. What can I say? Dude, this guy is going crazy, man. Ah! Crazy, man. Yeah, it is what it is.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Bro, I'm not even down LP.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let me unfriend this goober. Alright. I'll go do some. I'll send him a nice fruit basket in the mail. Okay. Right after this stream turns off, let me tell you.
Minions have spawned.
Have I got this up? Yep, I do. So, let's see. Did ePimp take the correct runes? I mean, okay. As long as you take second wind, you're fine, right? Second wind is the important thing. Although revitalize would have been a little bit nice, but I mean it's a Cassante, right? So pretty standard start. Wukong starts on his red buff, and we've got Iron Scout B starting on his red buff as well. So got a little bit of a mirrored matchup. Interestingly, Gooby has taken Lethal Tempo. I've seen people take this on Ezreal. I don't know if it's actually good or not. I mean, if JB Roaster was taking it, so I kind of just assumed it was bad. But I've seen it actually put in some kind of crazy work, and it does give you a lot of all-in power. Is the important thing for it, I think. Between Ezreal Q and his passive, or Q hitting his passive. So we have a bit of a trade going in. Jitaxis burns his flash, so he doesn't get instant stunned, and maybe TSF has found the thing that's gonna keep him down, man. And it's Chansey Lucian. Or maybe not. I mean, we are 3 minutes into the game, you know. Pantheon is gonna just smoothly path into blue, and I think that's Nigel pinging his movements. A good thing for a jungler to do, obviously. We'll see if the bot lane heeds warning. They did actually get a ward onto Wukong's Raptors, so they know that he'll be topside. Nar's walking down to Wukong? I thought TSF Gunnar was their jungler, but I guess he's not. ePimp's taking a trade here. I don't know if he wins that trade. Probably not, considering he hit nothing. A little bit of poking in the bot lane. Mid lane, Aurora has actually lost all her mana. And Victor's got plenty, so maybe there's a bit of an advantage to be seen there. They did get another ward on to Nigel, so They should know that Nigel's walking top here, the Wukong. TSF Gunnar doesn't give a damn. He said, let me throw some hands. Hold up. He barely has Z, but he has to flash out, so they actually secure the flash there. And Lucian's gone to town on this Ezreal. I don't... Gooby ease forward. Pantheon gank coming in, and maybe Braum goes down here, but it looks like they're actually just going to get out by burning all of their sums. So overall, a good turn for TSF here in the bot lane. I don't think I changed the... Yeah, I didn't. Oops. I hedged the bets too much. There we go. But yeah, I mean, overall across the board, it's relatively equal. We do have a little bit of a CS lead in the mid lane, but it's like one wave, man. Balanced Spirit was able to recall and TP back, so he has a little bit of an item advantage over the Victor right now. And Lucian is gonna stay in the bot lane. I think he's freezing here. No, he's not. He's just CSing. I saw him just standing here for a second. They're slow pushing this down the bot lane. Important to note that... oh, we have a bit of a tussle here in the mid lane. Ethan misses his Q though, so it looks like it's not going to be that bad for Victor. Now Pantheon might have something to say about it though. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we have an engage on a Jitaxis, and it looks like he's going to go down. First blood goes to Lucian. And Display Name is taking... he's walked up a bit too far. He didn't know Pantheon was there, so they are able to trade a kill for the mid lane. Now it does cost Iron Scout B's flash. They get the Victor flash, but it costs his flash. I don't think it costed. Yeah, Wukong keeps his flash in the bot lane, so I think that's a little bit of a benefit to them. But again, keeping things equal, Victor is able to TP back to lane to keep his minions up. And it looks like TSF are going to try to take the dragon here. And by try, I mean they're just going to take it for free because Wukong is running topside. A good, which is not a bad play, to be clear. I don't think that they win that in the bot lane right now, with, you know, nobody around. Evidently, we're just going to sit here and watch TSF Gunnar CS for, like, a minute straight. And apparently EPIM got tired of that shit because, oh, he kidnaps him into the turret. TSF takes a turret shot, but he's actually not going to be able to kill this Cassante, I think. And Balling Kitten is running up here. He's smelling blood in the water. EPIM, man, just sit behind the turret. Don't give him a kill. Okay, they're able to get TSF Gunnar and they don't spend anything for it, so a bit of a freebie. I mean, it delays their grub stake by like a minute, I guess, half a minute probably. And it does open up some possibility that Aurora is going to be able to do something here. Oh my god, that combo did half Wukong's HP. What? Being a little sneaky down here in the bot lane. Oh man, dude, that's hard to watch. So right there, Lucian ended up autoing some minions, and so they didn't actually get the stun on the Gooby. I think he could have, or it would have been close. Pantheon's here. He's running up in the bot lane, trying to do something about this. You know, the rapid chipping, and Balling Kitten is taken off of grubs by Aurora. So this is the price that you pay for going for that that kill in the top lane, you know? Yeah, you did kill Gnar, but it delayed your objective taking. I think this is one of the things that Nigel tends to do quite a bit. He likes to get kills, which is good sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But it does end up delaying his larger... Jitaxis has to flash away to survive, and I don't even know if he's gonna be able to. Okay, he does, but just barely. They had to burn a heal for him, so Jitaxis has to flash heal just to survive there from the Lucian, who was one shot away from getting the stun. Luckily for Senna, she can stealth out of it to, you know, not get hit with that last hit, but man, that was close. I mean, we're just noodle fighting in the top lane. Pantheon's trying to take that last grub, and it looks like he's going to be able to. But they're going to try to take his life for it, and Iron Scout B, it looks like, goes down to Balling Kitten. Blue team has claimed the feat of warfare. Uh, Balance Spirit is able to get away, and I mean, dude, E-Pimp is really low HP up here. I don't know if he can. He can definitely catch that wave, but he can't like walk out to do it, I think. And Nar's gonna stay. I think he's realized kind of what I just said, but nothing happens. So at the end of the day, looks like they split the grubs 3-2. Man, the display name is actually pretty solid at sidestepping those Aurora Qs. I think they're Qs. Is that her like beam ability? No. Those are her E's, I think. Yeah, her E. So he's pretty good at dodging her E's. I don't think Q is actually dodgeable. That's just her thing that she pulls the souls, I think. Never played that champ in my life. Maybe I should, though. Looking at how hard she's chunking this Wukong, man. So it looks like Aurora is just gonna TP back in. I mean, we have some light trading down here, but not a ton that it. I mean, at the end of the day, like they have a healer, right? They have a Sen on their team, so poking can only get you so far. Now, one place where it does matter is this top lane. E-Pimp is getting. Oh, we have a little bit of a tussle coming here. Pantheon TP's bot lane with his ultimate, and it looks like Sky Blue Dragon is gonna go down for free here. Lucian burns his ultimate too, which is relatively impactful. Kind of reduces his skill pressure for the next little bit. He eats a Senna W and gets poked out a bit by Gooby. I think they sort of smelled the Wukong in there and are able to disengage without really being an issue. How many stacks does yeah, I mean they're just trading here in the mid lane. He has 56 stacks and he's actually already got his E augment, so he's 66 stacks towards his second augment, which I think at 10 minutes is actually pretty fast. Those 2 kills have been treating him well. Or I mean kill and assist. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ezreal is full build. He has the Sheen, just the Sheen. And in the mid lane, we do have a bit of a gold lead going over to Aurora just because she has collected 3 kills. That's not to say that Victor is being beaten. I don't think that I don't think he's really. I wouldn't say he's losing. He just is a victim of roams going. The kills from roams and from jungle fight. Oh, E-Pimp goes in here. He kidnaps him, and they're just duking it out. They're just fist fighting. Can E-Pimp actually do this? He pulls back in Gnar, so it's looking like Gnar has to flash here. E-Pimp is actually giving him the hands. A pretty surprising turn there. I mean, Cassante is champion, I guess. He took like no damage after he popped his ult too. I guess he heals a lot. Balling Kitten is here to try to gank this TSF Gunner, and it looks like he's able to do it. They catch him with the pants down, so display name is just getting chunked in the mid lane here because, again, Aurora does have a little bit more gold than him, but it's really not that bad, and he ults the wave. That's something that I don't see a lot of people who are not like. I mean, look. Oh, wait, E-Pimp is fighting Iron Scout B up here, but Balling Kitten 43 is here to save his teammate. Can he get the knock? He gets the knock up on the Wukong, and it looks like Pantheon goes down without taking the Cassante. So 12 minutes into this game, 12 and a half minutes, it's looking like maybe the Super Spreaders have found their way into the playoffs. Maybe this is their strategy. Maybe they swap their top laner to ADC. Although there's plenty can go wrong in the next 13. We're 13 minutes into a OLS game, bro. These go for like 50 minutes. So Wukong is up top. He's just trying to take these grubs. Looks like he's gonna get them all, probably. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said something. But... And TSF is going to converge onto the bot lane to try to figure out how they're going to take this dragon. Balon Spirit, Ethan, he's running up on this Victor, but he misses his Q. He hits the E, but I mean, Victor is chunking his ass. red team is able to slay the TSF slays the dragon, and Lucian gets away. It looks like they're gonna take Pantheon's life here, and huge amounts of damage coming from Aurora, but maybe it's not gonna be enough. Ezreal goes down to 300 HP, and Chansey's in there. He's trying to get a hands on somebody, but everybody is just a little bit too long range for the Lucian. Sky Blue Dragon is gonna run for his life, and I think Wukong is just gonna watch him die, or maybe there's a chance here that he could get this pick. He dodges the E. Oh, he gets the kill! Dude, the Triumph proc might actually mean that he can kill them both here. He spins too, so he gets the kill. There's no way. Nigel, walk away, man. You won. He drops the emote on him, man. An impressive play from Bowling Kitten 43. He's been struggling in the jungle for the past few weeks, but man, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just Wukong, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I still think this champ's broken, and that just reinforced my thoughts a little bit more. He's currently 6-1-2 on Wukong. That's a scary picture, man. You can do a quick gold check. That's not the button. That's also not the button. That's not the button. I'm scared to press anymore. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was O, dude. Alright, well, we're not gonna get a gold check then. Until I Google what the thing is. I mean, Senna hits a W, but it's just for poke. Just kidding, it's not just for poke. They engage on it. There's 4 people in the bot lane, and Chansey's running for his life. They leave the Braum, and they just say, "Give me Lucian," and get him there going to. So they collect the kill in the bot lane. A real scrappy game. I wouldn't say the bot lane didn't get out lane. They've been absorbing an insane amount of pressure. And also I think every time there was like a big fight in the bot lane, if there were kills, they went to Wukong. Whereas Ezreal and Senna, I mean Senna has died twice, but Ezreal has not died. He's not been putting himself at risk. Wukong has 2 items at 16 minutes. Meanwhile, Ezreal has not completed 1. So, that guy, that's a strong monkey, man. He's a King Kong level threat. And Epim's holding his own up here in the top lane against TSF Gunnar as well. I mean, as I say that, he gets knocked into the turret, and he's going to try to kidnap Gnar, but it's not going to end up doing much. Falling Kitten 43 gank in the mid lane, and he's just so far ahead in items that oh! TSF Gunnar solo kill him up top lane 1v2? What the hell? In the bot lane there's a fight too? Wait, hold on. I need a quick... Can we get an instant replay on that? What the hell happened up here? TSF Gunnar is just beating him like he owes him money, and at this point this is where we looked away. But... So he kidnaps him, TSF Gunnar jumps out, but I think he goes back in because Pantheon is here. And he just gets bursted. Holy shit, he 2-shotted him! What? That was 2 abilities. Okay, anyway. We'll fast forward here to make up. Pantheon tried to tell it mid, but it didn't do much, and they pick up a Rift Herald for free here. And then TSF Gunnar teleports to top lane. Sorry about that. I mean, I just wanted to see what the hell happened up there, man. A little bit of a tussle here in the mid lane. They really want this turret. I'm not sure you can do that, Lucian. I'm about to say, man. I'm surprised that Ethan didn't just let it loose right there. Let's get all the way up. There we go. We're fully caught up. Display name is down here, but dude, Victor, he does a lot of damage, man. Not enough. He's not confident enough in his damage, I suppose. Huge Lucian ult here is going to take Balance Spirit down low, and they're able to take him down. I think Ethan just overestimated how much damage he's going to be able to do there in that trade. Impressive ultimate. I mean, big play in general from Chansey there. I think he's down like 30 trillion gold. He's still able to. I mean, it's a 1v2, but Braum didn't do much. Braum was there for emotional support. Let's be honest. He hit like 1Q, and the stun was what killed him. So we get can we get a DUI check on this guy? Can we get a breathalyzer? And we're just gonna kick off another fight here. Victor is half HP, and it looks like he's just gonna have to run out. I mean, Sky Blue Dragon is looking to try to jump over the wall, and actually, Balling Kitten says, "I'm gonna jump over the wall." And I mean, he did a decent bit of damage there, but they're still on the retreat, and Ethan is gonna come up and just take 2 kills. This extra large blast cone is gonna make it to where Wukong, I think, is out. I mean, there's a world where he gets caught here, I think, but it's not this one. He's able to very, very, you know, holy shit, what is that damage? I guess he has 8 kills. I don't know if that was my comms or if that was Nigel's. Maybe he said that so loud that it reverberated into my room like 500 miles away. I don't know, but that was a lot, man. It was just some tomfoolery here in the top lane, and TSF is able to secure another dragon. So, I mean, despite being 2,500 gold down, I think the risky, you know, they lose a TSF gets a turret at the top lane too. So, I think that means that red team has feats. Maybe not. No, blue team got him already. We have a bit of a tussle here in the bot lane. Victor, he doesn't have his ultimate. He's got a... He has it now, but he missed it. Man, that's rough. I think if he lands it, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. He doesn't win that. He is quite far down in gold by now. Yeah, I guess I think maybe the Rift Herald. It's so hard to track feats without like the actual pictures, dude. But they got the first blood feat, and I think they must have gotten objectives. Maybe they got the bot lane. Oh no, I bet they got bot lane turret from the Rift Herald. Maybe they've had feats for like 7 minutes, and I just didn't notice. But I mean, overall, you know, the super spreaders are up 2,000 gold. They're up. They only have 5 grubs. They did lose a grub. That is kind of stinky, I'd say. They're up in towers. They're up in gold. The only thing that they are losing in is dragons, which unfortunately is quite a large thing to be losing in. So they're gonna have to play keep away to hold back this Chem Soul for the rest of the game, you know. And that level of pressure can cause some issues. They're gonna go and take the mediocre Otacon here. They're gonna try at least. And I think that TSF is gonna try to do something about it. Wukong engages onto Pantheon, and they pick him off pretty easily, but Aurora is here to just half health everyone on the team. She escapes through her ult and then goes back in! But they don't care, they just leave her. And it comes down to a smite, which Wukong is able to hit. E-Pimp is Cassante momenting, and there's a lot of flowers down, but, you know, so the super spreaders can't do anything about it. Lucian is mid lane farming, because, I mean, he does have like 300 HP, but... So, I mean, I don't know, I mean, how many flowers were they able to get? So, super spreaders have 32 flowers and the Otacon buff, and so they're even in flowers. I think they... Oh, Ball and Kitten is here, he's setting up a trap. I don't know for which team. For nobody's team, I guess. He didn't have ult there, so he couldn't really stop the Aurora from running away. Falling Kitten is, dude, he's playing with fire. I think if he gets hit by either of those, he gets taken like 1 HP. If the prior fights have been any indicator. Can do a bit of a build review while we have the lulls. Top lane has completed, I mean, Cassante's completed 2 full items. I forget the name of it. Iceborne Gauntlet is really strong on this guy. Wukong has Triforce, Sundered Sky, and a Tunneler. I don't know what this, I mean, maybe it's Sterax. I'm kind of surprised he doesn't build, he has no MR right now. But maybe he's just really conscious of how much damage this ADC is going to do. Victor has Blackfire Torch, and I think he's working towards Leandries. Normally, I like to go for more pen builds on Victor, but I do know that people like this build as well. Lucian has Essence Reaver, Infinity Edge, and I mean, he has a Zeal. I don't know what the fuck he's building. I think he's trying to build, yeah, I can't tell. I think the daggers for boots, I think. But then he has a zeal. I don't know. Normal. Oh, we haven't engaged on Delusion, but he flashes out. Good save. Build review is over because ePimp is running in to try to engage on a TSF Gunner. So Lucian has to use an ult while he's running away. TSF Gunner is just running. He's running like Forrest Gump, man. Lucian goes into melee range of Gnar, but it doesn't matter. And we have just a massive mosh pit going down. Lucian is able to kill the Gnar before he goes down. And Balon Spirit drops a Zhonya's, but he goes down immediately after. It looks like Wukong is just going to be able to out-sustain everybody in this fight. And at the same time, Ezreal gets picked off by the Victor. So at the end of the day, Senna's the only one standing for 5 seconds until she's taken down. And that is a 4-1 victory for the Super Spreaders. Bringing their lead, their gold lead up to 5,000. And it gives them a free dragon. This is very, very important because, as we were saying earlier, one slip up, one mistake, and they got that soul. And that is a lot of pressure to be putting on your team. Yeah, absolutely massive. I mean, Ezreal's able to get the Lucian shutdown, which is probably the best person for it to go to, other than the Aurora. And Victor is then able to take the Ezreal shutdown, which you do not want to be giving a Victor free gold. Wukong is able to finish his Syrax Gauge. Braum buys a Bramble Vest, and Victor finishes his Liandry's Torment, and he must have been sitting on hella gold because he gets Seeker's Arm Guard as well. So he's got his Zhonya's locked and loaded. Meanwhile, Aurora has actually burned hers last fight. In terms of the builds for TSF, I mean, he's got a Triforce and some components. Holy shit, Lucian just deleted that guy, but he's risked his life for it. Braum hops in to try to save his compadre, but it is not enough, and maybe he's risked his own life. I mean, Braum is quite tanky. I don't know if we're gonna get a teleport to come in to try to save him, and Cassante is here to try to save his friend. It looks like Braum is probably gonna get out of here, but are they gonna try to turn this? Cassante kidnaps Pantheon, but I don't think he has enough damage to get through the shield. Victor pops his Zhonya's to survive that, and Wukong is going crazy in the backline. But he's not able to get he can't get Gooby. Ezreal's able to get away. Now, Ezreal might be able to get away, but it looks like Gnar is gonna give him some hands. But, I mean, Gnar can't get away, so I shouldn't be speaking too soon. Did Syrax just proc on the clone? Okay, never mind. So, Wukong is not actually able to even kill the Gnar there. I thought for sure he would be able to. Which ends up, I think, in a 2-for-2 exchange, right outside of the Dragon Pit. But Gnar did get the Cassante shutdown, so it's I mean, it's a plus for TSF. They're able to get some more vision control around Baron. I mean, kind of in a bit of a lull now. I thought for sure Gnar would be able to finish an item here, but I don't even know what these components build into. What is it? I guess that's Cleaver. So they have 2 Black Cleavers now. I don't know if that's optimal, but maybe it is, because you do want to stack that Cleaver pretty fast on the Cassante and the Wukong and the Braum. But 2 Cleavers seems odd to me. And yeah, he bought a Warden's Mail too, so he's gonna start building the forbidden item. Okay, if I see you building Randuin's Omen in an OLS game, I can't say what I'm gonna do. It's TOS on Twitch, but you need to be put in a safe place, let's say. Display name is Victor is throwing some hands with Ezreal up here, and Ezreal should be able to drop the ult, but Pantheon is coming in to provide some support. Gooby has bit off a bit more than he can chew. Wukong's here to end his life. Display name is gonna get taken down by the Aurora, but massive Victor W is able to take down Aurora single-handedly with the Lucian ult, and Lucian is just tearing through this team. TSF Gunnar might be able to just barely get away here. because Nar can jump literally 500 yards, despite the fact he's 500 pounds, roughly half of what Boss is. And the super spreaders are. I mean, it's looking like it's a a free Baron here. And I mean, ePimp as well. I mean, they did that. Did they do that 4v5? Seriously? ePimp was split pushing that whole time? That's a scary implication, man. Maybe he teleported. Did he No, he didn't teleport. No, he literally was just there the whole time. I just didn't realize it. What? So I mean, they've got Baron. I think the main way that you're looking to try to get back into this game, if you're the red team, you're down 9,000, 8,000. You've got 3 dragons, so if you're able to, you know, take that 4th dragon, maybe you can try to mount some comeback that way. Dragon Soul is quite good, I've been told. I don't know if I've got one to split, but that's what the rumors are, is that it's pretty good. Fallen Spirit is going to run into a bush and there's just 3 people there. They're dead. That's pretty tragic. But at this point, I mean, your team isn't there. But you do sort of have to, you gotta at least try to think about contesting the dragon. Because I think that's your main way back in, you know? I don't know if you can survive another 5 minutes without the soul. Looks like Wukong is just going to take the free dragon, and Pantheon is not going to, he's not even going to attempt to engage. Probably a good idea now that Aurora's out. And we just have a slow choke out, and they take the, you know, Super Spreaders take the bot lane turret, they take the mid lane turret. They're going to try to do something here. They take the mid inhib and the bot inhib, and Display Name is getting attacked a little bit, but oh, they take, you know, half the base. They have a bit of an engage here. It looks like they're gonna hop on a Pantheon, but he's got his shield up, so he doesn't just get immediately splattered. Braum flashes onto Aurora, and he's trying to stun her. A really nice play from Xavier there. Victor pops his Zonya, so he doesn't go down, and Senna just gets one tap by Lucian. Wukong is hopping onto Gooby here, and he's launched into the spawn, so this guy ints away a 700 gold bounty, but it's looking like it's not really going to matter all that much. Lucian is able to pick off the Ezreal and get away at the same time, so it's looking more and more like Iron Scout B's going to have to do some crazy shit to get him out of this, and he can't. Game 1 goes to the Super Spreaders. Indeed, it was a GG. An impressive showing from the Super Spreaders, man. Sometimes you gotta shake some shit up. You know, you're 3 games into the season. You haven't won a single game yet. Yeah, swap some stuff up, and you know what? It looks like it worked out really, really well for them. If you check these damage charts, you know, Victor actually had the highest amount of damage here, which is a little bit surprising to me, because Lucian was dropping dick. I don't know who's DMing me. I think he's sending me a spectator link. Or draft link. I mean, overall, it just looks sort of like everybody was doing their part, you know? In the bot lane, the Braum Lucian was able to win. They convincingly won the lane. And they did have a little bit of a, you know, they weren't winning as hard as maybe you would expect a Lucian Nami to win early, or a Lucian Braum to win early. However, they also got like spam ganked by 4 people like 3 times in the first 15 minutes. At the same time, ePimp was actually able to stand up to TSF Gunnar in the top lane, which is quite, yeah, that's relatively surprising coming from a guy. You look at their ranks, right? I believe ePimp is like silver, bronze, something like that, and TSF Gunnar I want to say is gold. So it's not a huge rank gap, but you know, the Cassante was putting in work. All right. Um, and then of course, you know, Bowling Kitten's Wukong. You know, I think like maybe the only thing that he seemingly did wrong was dropping the grubs and losing like that one grub for the kill top lane. Because I think Victor probably could have gotten that kill and they could have got the grubs too. Other than that, I'd say a nearly flawless game for him. I mean, uh, you see Nigel ahead, like he's like 6-0, and for me, I start to sweat because this guy will throw your games like crazy when he gets ahead. But he's able to lock it down, and he's able to lock Ezreal down, which is a feat in and of itself, to be honest. Let's see the spectator link. I can go ahead and pull up the draft. Overall, really big win for the super spreaders, though. You'd love to see it, honestly. I also love to see it because I sort of want them to win so that I can compete with them for playoffs. All right, so now that this is set up, I'm gonna swap back over to the post game so we can talk about the post game a bit. Um, if you know if you're TSF, what would you change here? I think the Pantheon was okay. The problem is that they put a lot of focus on bot lane with Pantheon and Aurora roaming down quite a bit. But that's a Lucian Braum is not a vulnerable bot lane. Um, Lucian can obviously dash and he can get away. And then after he dashes, Braum can dash up to him. Braum's got his broken ass shield for like 4 seconds. You can't hit anybody behind it. Uh, if you do happen to jump onto him, then he can always just stun you away. Um, it can be quite hard to really get a lead on him. Um, and I mean, I wonder if maybe you don't put that much pressure on the bot lane and you do try to take advantage of what should be a really big winning lap. Nar should be absolutely caving in Casante's face, I think. Um, Now, it was not exactly a fair fight because Wukong was up there like 3 times. But you can adjust that if you're TSF, right? Um, Looks like Game 2 draft has started again. Uh, Pretty standard bans across the board. They're going to ban the Rengar a little bit earlier this time. That's quite interesting. So they're leaving up the Vladimir. I expect that is because they're going to pick it here. Oh no, never mind. It's because Super Spreaders banned it. They were scared of Ethan's Vladimir, which I've played against it, and let me tell you, that is a fair thing to be scared of, man. Uh, Either, you know, the Ethan Vladimir or the Chansey Vladimir, they're both quite scared. I mean, they're both quite scary. They scare me, bro. Okay. Bars. Um, And then on the Super Spreaders, they ban out Jataxis's Karma. They ban out Ethan's Vladimir and Ethan's Vex as well. Um, I don't know. I mean, has Ethan been playing Vex? I actually don't know. But I know his Vladimir is scary as hell. And then TSF ups, instead of banning Vladimir, they ban Rengar this game, which is a respectable ban. They're just, giving some due to Nigel. Clearly, I'll give you guys the scoop. Bowling Kitten 43 has started Vyvance this week, okay? And I think we might need to drug test this guy, because that is arguably a PED in OLS standards. Uh, Once you're like a superhuman for like the first week you start that shit. So maybe that's maybe that's what changed. Who knows? We'll see. I'm also interested to see if the super spreaders again. Oh, never mind. I have to change the score. The score is not this. The score is this. Um, it looks like Gooby and Jataxis are going to lock in Seraphine Lux bot lane. This is a pretty classic. I mean, this is what in my head is the Motley comp, which is just you play MF, you play him with any shielding champion, you call it a day. Um, MF is usually pretty matchup neutral. I mean, I don't think she really gets beaten super hard by anybody. There are some matchups that she will dookie on, but most of the time she's not losing a lane most of the time. She's also quite safe because you can always just build Bloodthirster. I don't know if he will build Bloodthirster this game, considering he has the Seraphine there to like heal him up and shield him if things go south, but it is quite good. And Super Spreaders is going to ban away Ethan's Victor. I mean, that's just kind of a respect call. They pick Mel. Currently, Mel is a 44% win rate, I believe. Um, do with that information, interpret that however you feel like interpreting it. Uh, you know, people play bad champs all the time in all us. uh, you know, Traditionally bad champs, statistically bad champs, but then they make them work. That's the beauty of it, dude. Um, they ban away the Evelyn. I mean, they ban away Nigel's Evelyn. I don't know if this guy has played Evelyn in like 2 years. But I support an Evelyn ban every time I see it. The champ is disgusting and I hate her. That's actually my solo queue permaban. I have not played with a with an Evelyn on my team or against me in maybe like 2,000 games of League of Legends. I just hate her. She's unfair. Um, no, you can't punish her. You poke her down, she goes invisible. Now she's full health. You're playing jungle. You counter jungler. You put her behind. Well, she hits level 6 and she's permanently invisible, and then she goes up to the stupidest member of your team and kills them like 8 times, and now they're winning. It's you stun her and you take her down to 1 HP, and she presses the R button, is immediately out of any scenario. I just hate this champ, so I'm glad to see it go. They also banned the Graves. Nah, that sounds like Yusuf inflicted scars. Dude, I don't know if it was Yusuf. I think it's just every time I play against that champion. No, I actually can tell you exactly what it was. It was when I was playing Viego, when I was learning Viego as my jungler. I went up against an Evelyn, and I killed her legit like 4 times in her own jungle, and then she ran top and just killed my top laner 6 times in a row. I ran up there, I bought pink wards for him. That he saw her on the pink ward and still died to her. And at that point, I was like, I'm never playing with this shit again. I'm done, man. It's like playing against Twitch in the bot lane when you fall out like behind because you can never like walk up or do anything unless you see Twitch. Except you never see Evelyn ever because she's permanently. I just hate her, bro. All right, now that I've let me contain my crash out for a little bit. Recenter myself. All right, we're back. So Super Spreaders is able to pick up Vi. Now, I don't know if I've seen Nigel play Vi. Normally, I would expect him to pick like Udyr or something. But Vi is an interesting pick. Um, they counterpick the Vi with J4 and Orianna. So they have like a. I mean, this team is essentially just Teamfight City, right? You drop the Seraphine ult, it goes. Everyone is like, "Wah, Travis Scott mosh pit," and then the actual Travis Scott part hits him, and you probably killed 5 people. I know Travis got more on. He's got a higher kill count than that, but um, and they round out the comp with a Cassidon. Now, Cassidon into Orianna, I want to say is. I gotta think about my. I gotta pick my words carefully here before I get jumped. I mean, does Cassidon lose into Orianna? I don't think he does. I think that's like an okay matchup. It's 50% this patch. What was it last patch? Last patch it was winning. No, it was yeah 49% for Orianna. So is Cassidon favored last patch? So if you're gonna pick Cassidon, you do want a person like Orianna. Now You're picking it for presumably display name, who is Platinum or Emerald or somewhere in that range, and he's playing it against Ball and Spirit, who is a Masters player. So um, maybe the rank disparity will make a difference there. But I mean, if you were watching that game, if you were watching uh, him in the mid lane, if you're watching display name in the mid lane, there, I finally remembered his name. I apologize. Uh, and you were really watching that, I I don't know if you really would say that he was getting outplayed as much as he was just getting roamed around, and then he would lose he'd lose the gold on the roam. And not even because he did something wrong, but just because Aurora happened to get a kill or whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do the Travis Scott comp, this is maybe the game to do it. Mel is a little bit difficult to do it against. Actually, she definitely is hard to initiate with Seraphine. I believe that was quite a good counter pick there. Um, is picking. I assume it's Mel ADC. I think it's Chansey playing Mel ADC. Uh, but that pretty much shuts down the Seraphine ultimate engage. Somebody just picked the wrong champion in champion select, by the way. There we go. We're back. Yeah, I think Ola's bingo. Yeah, dude. Hey, it's a classic. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, Megapola. I was surprised to see that the game even started on time, even in the first 15 minutes. All right, so I lost my I lost my personal bingo, but hopefully yours is thriving now with that. We did get a copy paste from Chansey about racist Cassidon. So maybe he's the one playing the Cassidon. They're putting Chansey mid and they're putting display name bot on Mel. But I don't know if you really want him. I mean, it seemed like they perfectly balanced and they found a way to win. I mean, you don't see Nick Sirianni stopping the tush push. That shit, they just go out there, it wins 90% of the time, and they just keep doing it. Does does Gragas win into Cassante? I don't think that sounds great. But I could be convinced. Cassante is a 49.5% win rate against Gragas, so it's an even-ish matchup. It's a little slanted to Gragas, but it might as well be even. Now the main concern I have is I don't know who Vi is. Are you really gonna ult onto like an MF, knowing that you're gonna get Travis Scotted with like the Seraphine and the J4 and the Orianna ults all hitting you? And I mean, Gragas, most of the time you are using like his ult to engage onto people, right? But you can easily use it to disengage, and if you're Gragas ulting Vi's team away, um, while Vi is locked on to your ADC or something like that, I could see that getting kind of difficult for Vi to really kick off these fights like you would want her to. Also, I think Vi Q can get knocked out by Gragasy. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I think it's the case. I want to say Gragasy pretty much overwrites everything. So, um, we'll see. I don't know if I've seen Balance Spirit play Oriana. Actually, this will be a first for me. I don't have any advanced info on who picked Mel or Kassadin. In terms of I mean, the jungle does. Again, I gotta look up J4 versus Vi because I don't see either of these champs that much. I know Nightshine does have a pretty big preference towards playing J4, but surprisingly, he's actually not the one playing it this game. It's going to be Iron Scout. Um, I know because I'm actually just predicting it. If anybody in the chat wants to bet, I'll bet $10 that it's actually Iron Scout B playing J4. Um, it looks like Vi does win that matchup on this patch at least. Uh, who won it last patch? Usually I look at the last patch in this patch because the last patch has a much higher sample size. And yeah, last patch it was 49.5% win rate for Vi. So, I mean like it's a little, it's not bad, it's not good, it's sort of just mediocre. It's lukewarm. It's meh. Um, we'll see. I mean, Thresh I think is a nice pick here. How was SS80C last game? It was actually quite good. Um, they he got Chansey got camped like he does literally every single game. Um, but they didn't really lose very much, and it ended up being, I would say, a really really solid play for them to put him ADC. Uh, Now I don't know if he's playing bot this game or not. Maybe they're putting him ADC. But coming out with the Lucian Braum tech is certainly a good. I mean, it seemed quite good for them. Maybe they do it again. Let's hit the spectate button. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be display name on the Mel, and presumably he's gonna be bot lane. And I have to swap out the names and the score and all that shit. Bro, they're making me change everything, bro. It's kind of ignorant. There we go. Everything is now swapped. We are good to go for this game, and we have maybe a little tussle here. I don't expect anything to come of it. Scoreboard up. Timer's up. We're locked. We're loaded. We're ready. Yeah, we're not quite. I have to change some other stuff around. Cassante has no items, by the way. And that guy was getting flamed.
Minions have spawned.
So Gragas is gonna start tier. I think that's pretty normal for Gragas. Let's see. Does Epimp change his runes each game? I don't think so. But I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know. We have pretty standard runes across the board. I'd say the only ones that maybe could have changed were like Thresh Aftershock versus Guardian, but I think Aftershock is probably a bit better here. I took a big trade here in the bot lane, and I mean, it's a little bit of an advantage to blue side there, but not that much. And yeah, so it seems like Chansey's their mid this game. So they had one, a little bit of cheesy play, and now they're locked in. Back to quota. I mean, this top lane is going to probably be a little bit of a snooze fest. Thresh tossing some hooks out, but honestly, with a mill as your ADC, level 1, bro, it don't even matter if you hit that shit. Save your mana. Now, level 2, this is real shit. This is some real trap shit. Display name loves casting spells. Yeah, I mean, Ethan has held Cassante or Kassadin to 6 CS in the mid lane, but I mean, dude, it's a Kassadin lane. This guy's gonna have like no CS for the whole game. Now he did start Darkseal, which is kind of crazy to me. I do not think that is standard. Yeah, I mean, Tussle's in the top lane, Tussle's in the bot lane. He does hit a hook, and but he misses a flay. Then, honestly though, I don't think it matters at all. Maybe there was a world where Sky Blue Dragon Ignite is able to secure that kill, but at that point you're kind of, it's conjecture, you know. So both junglers decided to path into the bot lane, and Xavier's able to hit a hook, but it doesn't do much. Meanwhile, Jataxis is going to get hit by the Vaiku, so first blood goes to Ballin' Kitten 43. And they are able to take the MF cleanse. That is why the hook did nothing, is because she instant cleansed it. A good play by Gooby, because if he had waited even a second longer, or quarter second longer, Sky Blue Dragon is able to pull himself to the hook, and then that ain't good. They probably both die in that case. Sky Blue Dragon's walking up, and you can't hit them all. He's conditioning. I think that's what they call it. Vi's setting up a gank in the mid lane, and we'll see if he's able to hit this Q. Will Ballin Spirit flash this? No, he doesn't even have to, really. J4 will step up back in the mid lane, and we have a freeze. Somebody, maybe Chancey's mom called him back. Alright, freeze is done. Ballin Kitten is able to flash away. Iron Scout B flashes after him, but it doesn't do much, and they're playing with fire here. Ballin Spirit goes down too! It's a free kill over to Chancey there. I mean, I don't know if you really want to... you don't want that shit to happen, man. It's a Kassadin. Now, in Ethan's defense there, I was also like 90% sure that J4 was going to tank a turret shot there before, the Orianna did, but... So maybe the Darkseal tech is actually working out for Chansey. Although I still think that's a crazy thing to do. Just take a D shield or a Dorn's ring or something, man. It ain't worth it. Have a bit of an engage out of the bot lane. Jataxis is just gonna get taken down here. So it's a feat of warfare. 3 kills going over to red team. And an impressive showing from the bot lane, I guess. Jataxis just walked out too far there. Got caught with his pants down. Kassadin's level 6 in the mid lane, which means that he's about to start putting the hands on this motherfucker. And, top lane, Wet Noodle fight. Who could have predicted such a thing? Take a sip of Coke, and we're back in. I mean, I guess those two ships just passed each other in the night right there. I think J4 was looking for something, and then they kind of just called it. So, Super Spreaders are going to look towards the grubs here. I am not sure you're able to get these for free here. J4 swings on him, but we have another pause here. I think that flag drag hits. Ballin' Kitten gets sent to orbit. Now, neither of them are level 6 yet, and they're not really close to level 6, so it's not like killing the grub is going to get either of them to level 6. So I think this will just be determined by who can roam faster. Display or Oriana does have level 6 now, so she has ult. Kassadin is faster, I guess, because he can, yeah, he can press R like 4 times. And Cassante technically is prio, but the question is if ePimp is gonna see that he needs to help his jungler here. But in the current state, I'm pretty sure J4 wins this, especially with the grubs aggroed on to Vi. Resident Sleeper. Um, we can do a quick review on everything, I guess. So the main thing that is getting the red team their 400 gold lead here, and I think it's actually like 5 or 600, closer to that. I think it was that a second ago. Was that um, Jataxis has died twice in the bot lane. Obviously not quite ideal. One of them was to a gank, so it's a little more acceptable. The other one was to him stepping out too far into a thresh when his ADC was gone. Eh, that one's a hard pill to swallow, I think. In the mid lane, we did have a gank or a tower dive. If you, I mean, they didn't really have a chance at a kill. I think they were just trying to poke out the castle and get him prepared to maybe dive him. But you know, Oriana getting that, taking that turret shot sort of neutralized any lead that they were gonna have there. There's still a CS lead, but I think you want more than a 20 CS lead against a Cassadin at 6 minutes. Dude, how long is this pause gonna last, man? He did some stat checking. This guy took phase rush. He should be shot. Took double AP. I don't know if you. Do you take double AP on Gragas like that? Yeah, I mean this is what it looks like when somebody pauses, like when they pause the game. Um, it'll just freeze like this. At least that's generally what happens, or generally the cause. I'll hold on to this view right now, so you can just hear Cassidon breathing heavy, like Rags just ran up a set of stairs. Vern says Dark Seal, Electro, the only thing missing is Ignite. That's true, actually. This Cassidon might be a coward. I mean, it does look like the game is unpaused if I'm mousing over this guy's stream in Discord, so it shouldn't be too much longer, I think. Maybe another minute or two. This should put me to sleep, though. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say, though. I'll at least take us away from the heavy breathing for a second, though. Bro, does he throw this spear? Or does it just kind of... Like, he has to throw the spear now. Wait, hold on. Does this guy have two spears? Bro, what? Iron Scout B's hacking? Hacking allegations? I mean, this is clearly an example of a double spear. I don't think that's allowed, man. That's bro. That's messed up, man. You ain't allowed to have no double spear, bro. Let me go, double check this. Oh, dude, I'm just legit stuck on this. Yeah, it's just stuck here. So, maybe I have to reboot. Because they're currently 15 minutes into their game. So, I'm going to leave and hope it'll let me back in the spectate. Everybody close your eyes. Oh, sorry guys. I can't get the whole replay. We have a tower dive in the top lane and Violent Spirit's gonna go down now. Holy shit, what the hell has been going on? It's 13 minutes. It looks like Vi lost that grubs fight. She got one grub and then lost the other two. Probably died in the process, I imagine. Thank you, Riot Spectate Client. I think we need some more gacha skins, actually. So Gragas has seemingly killed Epimp 2 times. Vi is still quite rich. And she's doing the grubs again now. Let's see if Iron Scout B has 2 spears this time. Ballin' Kitten is diving, he's ducking, he's dodging, he's dodged his way out. So he doesn't die for the 4th grub, but he also doesn't seem to get it. Epimp, he tried his best. I mean, maybe he thought he had smite. But I think he's just going to get ran down here unless he can try to kidnap someone out. He can't. So, meanwhile in the bot lane, Balance Spirit is holding off the Super Spreader bot lane single-handedly, and he's actually almost able to kill Mel. That was a bit scary for her. And Cassidy has caught up in CS. That is horrifying. He might be a bit of an issue. It's looking like nobody has secured feats yet. Now they have. So, I believe, actually no, they weren't able to actually secure the feats all the way, so it'll come down to jungle camps, I believe. And we are a far ways off because they did not both, they didn't split the grubs, you know, somebody gets all 3, somebody gets 3 of the other. They split each grub, you know, 2-1. So, we're going to be waiting quite a while for these feats, and it looks like Iron Scout B is going to try to jump this Sky Blue Dragon fella. But he holds his flag jack for quite a while. Vi engages onto the backline, and they knock back the Seraphine ult. This is with a nightmare scenario. Gooby tries to line up an MF ult, but it's not going to be able to be channeled for too much longer, and that's going to be 2 kills going to the Super Spreaders. Now they're going to try to go for another one here, and they put Gooby in a zone where he's a little bit scared. Bomba! Not quite. Chusef Gunnar, he's... Oh my god! He's kidnapped? There's no way Epimp actually... Dude, that would have been so... Chansey! No! What did I just witness? Okay, red team gets the dragon. I'm not gonna comment on what I just saw about 30 seconds ago. Um, I think it speaks for itself. Holy TSM Gunner, that was an insane outplay. Somebody outplayed TSM Gunner. Damn. You know, his Gnar might have left some, you know, something to be desired, but his Gragas is going nuts. And it looks like Iron Scout B is just gonna get this rift for free. Bars. Uh, but that's only gonna be their second jungle camp for feats. So I believe the feat check is 1, or it's 2 to 1. Blue team has 2 of them. Sky Blue Dragon hits a hook on Balon Spirit, and I think it was a bait. He's able to get out by the skin of his teeth. And meanwhile in the bot lane, Kassadin is just absolutely chunking that Gragas. Now, it is a Gragas. He's chunky already, so it's not going to affect him too much. He is going to just, you know, press all his buttons and heal up over time, but still kind of wild to see that much damage go out. He did pop a Seraphs too, which is going to make Gragas feel a little bit naked for a bit. Meanwhile, on the top lane, E-Pimp just slapping turrets. Can't hate a man for that. Mel, Vi's gonna try to line something up here, but MF is so fast. Oh, maybe they actually do. Gooby has to flash out to survive, and Ball and Kitten Qs directly into Iron Scout B's hands, and the Seraphine ult goes wide, but it doesn't matter. Vi feeds a 242 gold shutdown, and display name is caught in the wrong neighborhood, it looks like. Thresh hands him a lantern and gets him to safety. Can we get an EMS Thresh skin? Kassadin is going into the backline. Jataxis is going to get shredded here. Meanwhile, they can't seem to get a hand on Mel. Kassadin gets a second kill here, and Sky Blue Dragon's hook onto J4 secures a third for Kassadin. Wow. Impressive stuff. You love to see it. Yeah, he's got a bit of poking and a bit of prodding here. Red team and blue team are actually evenly matched. I mean, okay, blue team has a 300 gold. Now that I say that, right, they get a little bit of a gold lead, but it's so insignificant. It might as well not exist. E-Pimp kidnaps Gragas, puts him in the Shadow Realm, and I mean, like, wait, never mind. That does so much damage, bro. It's a bit of a wet noodle fight up here, but there are potential consequences for this. Cassante is getting chipped, but this guy just has an infinite health bar. Even Jataxis is there. Let's see if they're able to catch him. They finally do. So they do run him down right before Autocolon spawns, which could be misconstrued as a bad play, but I'm sure it's part of their plan. Kassadin, he's pushing bot, he's soaking his farm. And I mean, Ball and Kitten is walking up here like he's going to contest this, but I don't know how much you can realistically do other than try to go for a steal. They have a TP coming in, and it looks like they're actually just going to hard contest this, so Jataxis drops his ult, but it only hits Sky Blue Dragon, and MF is ulting the Autocon, but it's not enough. They're able to steal the Ruinous Autocon. That was actually a really nice macro play by the Super Spreaders. Waiting until Gragas is fully recalled to go and answer the Kassadin. Because they assumed, like I did, oh, they just FF. Wow. They FF'd a 2,000 gold deficit. I mean, I mean, it is a Kassadin, I guess, but holy shit. I don't know what to say. They were pretty even in gold. I mean, like, Wow. All right. Well, I mean, this guy is a 15 stack mage eyes, I guess. What I was saying though is that this is actually a really nice macro play. I'll go back over to this since the FF is so fast, but so they get this pick, right? They see Gragas recalling here because I think they just kind of assume that they're gonna give this, which makes sense. Also, what I was assuming, but the second that Gragas finishes his, or I guess he TPs a second before, right? But they're pretty much synchronized, and they're able to walk up and just hard win that fight. A really rough look for TSF, but a nice rally for the super spreaders. Kind of sucks we missed a portion of the game in the middle, but right, spectate. What can you do? You know, we can revisit this moment here in the bot lane. I'll just let this whole thing play, honestly. Yeah, there's some shit happening up here. We don't care about that. We care about this. Cassidon. There's half your HP gone. Just Skinner. He's dancing on him, bro. Bomba! Like, that's a pretty nice play in itself. It sort of sucks that Epimp doesn't die from that, but then, BAM! And this is a good play from Epimp, too, to dodge the Q, and he flashes out. A really nice play from TSF Gunner. Um, classic Gragas. True, actually. Uh, but yeah, I mean, big win for the Super Spreaders. They get their first win of the season. Um, and this will put them in contention to survive their way into playoffs. Let me pull up this post game. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised they didn't try to play that one out. I mean, I understand it is, cause I mean, it's a Cassidy and he's ahead and he's got a Mage Eyes, but you're only like 1,000 gold behind. I don't know if that's that much. Maybe it is. Either way, the Super Spreaders are able to 2-0 TSF, so um, yeah, I mean, a really nice showing from Chansey here in particular. I think I'll say Chansey is our candidate for MVP personally. Let's see if Theo King 1 wants to pull up in here. Really nice, I mean, big showing from Chansey here. He's been defending against the wash allegations for a while, and he pulled up. He's got to go. All right. Then I believe we will be getting Balling Kitten in here. Um, why is it? Oh, we're not gonna say anything about that. But I think you know, in these games, everybody did their part. Epimp, I mean, I didn't get to see the game. It looks like he faltered a bit this game in the top lane, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That could be due to just like pressure differences and where one person is, where one team is ganking a whole bunch and where the other guy is, right? Also, Tears of Junior's Greg's kind of fire, honestly. Um, but I think everybody just kind of did their thing, you know. Impressive to see. Interesting. I'm interested to see if Epimp can continue to sort of be an anchor in the top lane. If we could see Sky Blue Dragon continue to hit these thresh hooks. Um, let's get the kitten in here. Uh, and we'll see if they continue to have. Whoa, I was not in the caster desk because I had to go check and see if the game was started or not. Uh,
Yo.
Yo, what's good, dude? I have to keep clicking off of Chansey's DMs, man. Oh, never mind. They're actually okay. Uh, I don't think it is.
What?
I don't think it's visible. Hold on, wait. I have to see if it's visible. But I'm gonna scroll down. They are visible. Uh-oh. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Scrape the VOD, scrape the VOD, scrape the VOD. Um, how did it feel to get your first OLS and your OLS victory in week 4?
Well, it's great. We're coming together in a traditional OLS season. You get some time. You usually get 7 or 8 weeks, right? I don't know what the fuck this format is, but I'm
You
glad
get
we got the
5.
team. We felt like we really played well together. Like finally, the teamwork's happening. I thought us picking Mel first rotation mid and then baiting out the Orianna pick and then putting it bot lane picking Kassadin was so smurf. All credit goes to Squishy on that one.
So Squishy
It
was
was
the
good.
Squishy is the brains of the operation. Now, did he plan the
They can't
Lucian
hear me on
Brom?
stream, by the way.
Okay, they're not. Hold on. I gotta figure out how. I wonder maybe if I swap to a different. All right, talk now.
Yellow, yellow.
Keep talking.
Yeah, I'm talking. Hello, hello, hello.
Hold up, dude. I'll have to adjust this because every time I go on here, I have to adjust all this shit. It's insane. All right, speak now.
Yep.
Yep.
Can you hear it now? Do you have it up
Yep,
on
I
your
can hear
phone?
you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, TLDR. Nigel gives his team all the praise. He said Squishy Fishy display name. He was the mastermind behind kicking down the Mel to play bot lane, so they could bait out the Orianna pick and could counter pick it with the Kassadin. Yep. And then
Yeah,
I think
I
you
mean
said
it was
the format was nice too, I believe.
oh, I said nothing of the sort. But
Um,
yeah, I mean we're excited to play next week. I don't know if my team is guaranteed elimed or not, but I feel like we can take on a lot of these like 3-1 teams.
yeah.
Like
So I can pull up. Dude, I'm scared to pull up the schedule and rankings because I'm gonna have to change my audio again. I think. All right, we're doing it. All right, say something now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change it
Hello.
again. I have to fix it every time, man. Uh, speak.
Yep.
There we go.
What's up?
Okay, you're back. Um, yeah. So once this gets updated, your team will be 1-3 on the series score, and then you'll be 2-6 um, in terms of your game score. So you guys play us next week, I believe. If you guys, I mean, I think it's just winning in, I believe. Yeah,
It's what?
if you win, you're in. That's it. Because you should have a tiebreaker over um, Nightshine's team. I would think.
Seems like it. How many teams go to it's 8 teams,
It's
right?
8 teams, yeah. But I don't
Okay,
know
yeah.
because so if I think if you win 2-1 next week and Nightshine wins 2-0 next week, then you would technically have more losses than him, I think.
Don't even like this format, dude.
And
I
head to
I
head is
don't
not a tiebreaker. So I think you would actually lose. I think there's a world where that happens. If you
you
get
will
2-0.
catch me crashing out if there's something
No,
like
because
that,
if
dude.
you it'll be I don't know, it's weird, but I think in a majority of the scenarios if you win next week you're in. If I win next week I'm in. Uh I think Nightshine maybe there's like a miracle scenario where like we both FF or something and we split the series 1-1 or we take half a point. I don't know. But yeah, I think that game will be the big determining factor for how these games went. Um,
Yep.
but we'll see. I
Well, we'll
mean,
see.
but going back to the games, right? whose idea was it to throw Chansey down in the bot lane at ADC? Was that his
We've been
idea or?
cooking it up. We practiced it like 2 weeks ago. Um and then didn't do it, and then decided that this was the time to do it because we just wanted to put Arjun on Cassante because he's actually somewhat decent at that champ. Despite, I mean, he got a rough matchup in the top lane in that game too. But I mean, game one, if you saw, like he was 1v2ing and shit, going toe to toe with a plat player as somebody who's historically bronze. Um, but I think the biggest reason was for some reason, uh, their team really only plays like passive bot lanes, right? And I think it's because their support really only plays enchanters. But we just figured like, yeah, we can just send it on like a Lucian Braum or a Draven, something like that. And it worked, So the game plan, it always feels good when you go in, you do your research, go in with the game plan, and it pays off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, were you about to lock Chansey's Draven? Was that in the conversation?
It wasn't a conversation, unfortunately, and that's how you know, like, it can be tough out
I'm
here
not sure I'd
sometimes.
say unfortunately that the Draven didn't get picked, man. All right. I don't know if I haven't seen Chansey play Draven before, but
I don't think
uh,
Chansey's seen Chansey play Draven.
yeah, he literally go and like buy that champion before the game starts. But I mean,
Yeah.
and then but yeah, I mean, it looked like everybody in both those games sort of did their part. We did miss out on a little bit of game two. I think from the first grubs to the second grubs, the game froze and it was not recoverable, which sort of
Did
sucks.
you miss the Kassadin triple kill?
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You might have.
Uh,
Yeah, that was a big turn. We were obviously like we got ahead early on a scaling comp, right?
yeah.
Where even like going even, it's really good for us.
Were you surprised
Um,
that they FF'd when
I
they
mean,
did?
there was no way they were gonna win, but
Dude,
I,
I mean, I was looking at the like by gold. They before that Otacon fight, they were actually a little bit ahead in gold. Uh,
really?
yeah, that's why I was like, dude, they lost that one. Like they get the pick on Epimp.
Oh yeah,
It's
look at
looking
that.
quite good, and then that one fight is quite bad, but they instant FF, and it's like, dude, I know it's a Kassadin who's ahead, right? But like he's got a Mage Eyes. You can
You
knock it
play it out
off.
always,
Like I I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie. If Kassadin's got 10 kills, and a 25 stack Mage Eyes, I'm probably FFing that game. But if you're equal in gold, man, that was a surprising thing to me. I mean, even at the end of the game, after that Otacon fight, they're only down 2,500, and I mean, like 2,500, they're equal in grubs. I mean, they're down like one dragon, I think. I don't know. I feel like this was I feel like there was a chance he could come back there, but probably not. I mean, it's like a ASAP like
You
5%
play for
chance you
like the
win, but
miracle,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe maybe Chansey's mom calls him back and he has to go AFK for 30 minutes and they FF the game. Like, who knows?
Who knows? But
Uh,
hey, I mean, I'll take it. Buy me some more time in my night.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, really nice showing from you guys. We'll see if you can
Yeah,
keep it. We'll see if you
you
can
ought to
keep
be
it up next
scared.
week.
You got to be scared for next
I
week.
got ice in
All
my
right.
veins, bro. Okay. If we win, we win. If we lose, it happens. Uh,
We'll see.
but yeah, I mean, nice game to watch. Fun game. A standard OLS, honestly, and it's nice to have some of those regular, you know, you got some twists, you got some turns, but it's at the end of the day, it's still OLS. Like it's still you're not like lane swapping or cheesing in the jungle or whatever, you know. It's
We're not into that degen shit, dude.
nice to watch. Very enjoyable experience, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Thank you for
GG.
casting.
Good luck next. Well, not good luck, but have fun next week. I hope your
I'll
luck is
plan on it.
terrible. I
I'll
hope you
plan on
send
it.
Chansey bot lane. I hope he misses 8 crits in a row on 25%. That's what I hope.
We'll see. I'll have to think it through. I, I would, dude, I would take honestly. I would take just as much pleasure as from Chansey losing to you as I would like us winning the game.
I
So it's a tough decision
it'll
to
be a
make,
fun game. It'll be a fun game one way or another. All right,
All I'm gonna say is, hey, you better ban Draven, okay? Because it's coming.
dude.
Chansey Draven is real and it can't hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to ban it. To be honest, not my Draven, his. Maybe you can work it out where you can only ban it off of one team. But yeah, I mean, congratulations on your win. Enjoy it. Um, and start crafting up something for next week, man.
We will, dude. Heinous things are incoming.
Aye. Oh,
All right.
peace out, my dude.
Peace.
But yeah, I mean, so that was it. There you go. Uh, the game of the week, I'd say, has gone to Nigel's team, and they're keeping themselves alive. They're staying alive, man. It's good to see. Nice to see. Um, and again, so it's looking. I'm not gonna cap. It's looking a little grim. I think there's maybe I want to say if we like 2-0 Nigel next week, and then Nightshine 2-0s whoever they play, then we technically are on a tiebreak, I think. However, if we 2-1 Nigel and TSF 2-0s somebody, I think technically I don't know, dude. I'd need like a flow chart to try to figure out who could potentially go to playoffs. I think there's like pretty much whoever wins next week between Charles and Nigel will probably make playoffs, but there is a world where some really weird shit happens and Nightshine is able to like sneak in. Um, I don't have my pen and paper on me or calculator, but there's like a non-zero chance. I think. I don't think they're dead. They're just like almost dead. They're bleeding out on the concrete right now. Zero EMS is looking, uh, but there's like a off chance that they have like a little bit of Viltrumite in them and they can just come back, you know. But keep your eyes open for this game. I think our game is probably going to be on Thursday, looking at the window meets. So tune in for that one, dude, because it's going to be a heater. All right. Might be even hotter than this game. But thank you guys for watching and for participating in OLS. It's always nice to see people watch and all that. And I enjoy streaming the games. So hit some clips, bro. Somebody clip that bomba. That might be the clip of the year, honestly. Um, and yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out, boys.